Catwoman number 30, written by Ann Nesenti, art by Patrick Olife. So, I don't even know how to begin with this because nothing makes sense anymore. So Gothtopia happened. And in Gothtopia, Catwoman said, screw being Catwoman, it's probably nothing but pain. And then you think that would just get undone because Gothtopia was over. But no, this issue opens up with her burning her Catwoman suit saying, I never want to be Catwoman again. It sucks. It's awful. And we see her burning her stuff in a homeless alley. And as she leaves, a guy's like, hey, how much do you cost per hour? And she's like, I'm not a hooker. Get lost. And then he just leaves. So then she goes to the gym because she's like, well, if I'm not going to be Catwoman, I need to get my cardio in. So she starts hitting the punching bag. Coach comes up and just like, yo, ease up. Go do some on the speed bag. And she's like, all right. And then she just immediately punches the speed bag off of the chain it's on. To which the person who catches it is Trip Winter, who is her guy who got her jobs for a while. And he basically says oh, did you lose something? And then he disappears. We just go to a different scene. So now she's at the animal shelter and she's looking at a bunch of cats and she's like, I'll take them all. So she brings home all of the cats, which I'm just going to say I don't think is allowed, but regardless, she looks around her apartment because now she is in a penthouse, which I don't even remember happening either. And she's like, oh man, I stole this penthouse, and I stole all the stuff in it. Is that any way for an ex-thief to live? I don't think so. I'm going to give back everything I ever stole. And so she dumps out her purse, but then inside she finds a little invitation in the form of a puzzle box, which you'd think maybe solving the puzzle box would be a whole thing on its own, but she's like, oh, you just got to press this button here. And she does, and it just opens up. And inside is a bag full of teeth and a USB drive. And she's like, that's weird. Anyway, I need to go get to work. So in Gothtopia, she was a suicide hotline person because that made sense in Gothtopia where suicides were just a huge thing that happened. Turns out that was real and she kept that job. That wasn't a Gothtopia thing. That's just her job. So she's on the line, she gets a call, and someone says oh, I betrayed my best friend and I hate myself. I don't know what to do. And Catwoman's like, well, I'll be your friend and it's okay. I like it. You're a good person deep down, I'm sure. And so she's like, okay, will you stay and talk with me? And the person on the line's like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll stay. And then everyone in the office is high-fiving, hearing that. Because I guess she's on speakerphone. And then the woman on the voice says, yeah, I'll stay dead. And then a bang goes off. And everyone just stops high-fiving. Catwoman runs off. Sorry, Selena, because she's not Catwoman. And turns out she recognized the voice was that of Gwen, her fence. And she's like, what? So she busts into Gwen's house. And we see there's 14 gunshot holes, bullet holes in the wall behind Gwen. And she's like, I'm sorry, Selena, please forgive me. I betrayed you. So she hugs her and then they talk and Selena's like, oh, I had no idea all that stuff was going on in the Penguin. He tortured you for info or whatnot. It's whatever. And she's like, oh, I couldn't face you. I'm so sorry. And then that's done. And then Gwen says, hey, what's that flash drive? Let's go plug that in and see what it is. So they plug it in and they say that it's encrypted as well. And it takes them one panel to crack it. So then a video file starts up and it's this woman. She's like, hey, I'm the best thief that ever lived. And Catwoman says, screw you, man. I'm the best thief that ever lived. I guess kind of forgetting the fact that she just quit being Catwoman 30 seconds ago. And she's like, my name's Roulette. I'm starting a race of thieves to prove who is the greatest thief in the world. So if you want to do this for money, there's a cash prize. It's billions of dollars. If you do it for more altruistic reasons, you should have received a bag of teeth. Those all came from children that I have taken hostage. So you can also do it to save the kids. Regardless, show up. And so Gwen's like, oh, I'm going to scan these teeth to see if I can match them up with any kids that have dental records. And Selena's like, maybe I should do this because it'll keep Gwen from being suicidal. And Gwen goes to the closet and pulls out a Catwoman costume and says, here you go. I get just saying I have this. I saved this one So now she's able to be Catwoman again. She goes to a children's hospital to get some dental records. The kid from issue like 12 that was kidnapped by the Joker in Death of the Family shows up and he's just like, hey, Catwoman, you're back. And he's missing a tooth. And he's just like, whoa, hold on. What happened to your tooth? And it's like, oh, this nice lady came and took my tooth. And so they realize that none of these kids were actually taken hostage. They just took the teeth. But it might also be hostage kids that are just not these kids. So she says, I got to show up anyway. So she goes over to Alice Tesla's workshop and just gets some more tech. She gets a charm bracelet that the charms explode. And then she's got a tripwire that she can extend from a dress and no one will be able to see it at night. And then Alice Tesla says, hey, can I keep these teeth? Yeah. So anyway, she goes to the location she's supposed to at Gotham Beach. She sees a bunch of other people around. Golden Glider's obviously there. And we find out that the guy that she's with is Mirror Master very quickly. Catwoman starts setting up like tripwires and stuff just in case they need them. She recognizes that two of the people who leave the party very quickly are undercover detectives. It's Alvarez and Keys. And they're just like, okay, there's not just Gotham people here. Mirror Master and Golden Glider are here. So we need to call up Interpol or like the FBI or whatever. This is bigger than just Gotham. So then she goes through the party. She discovers, what's his name? Jolt, I believe. I don't know. The dude who got electric powers like 10 issues ago. He showed back up and he's like, oh, hey, Catwoman, check this out. I now have extra electric powers. And he zaps her champagne to the point where it boils. And she's just like, hey, man, that's cool and all, but you got to learn how to control your powers like that. So Roulette shows up and says, hey, Catwoman, you made it. Trip Winters works for me. So just letting you know, that's how you got the invite. Anyone, everybody, meet our benefactor. And she brings out a billionaire who's like chained up saying like, and I swear to God, he has like flames for hair, but they never bring attention to it. So I don't know if he actually does or not, because they just keep saying he's a normal billionaire. Anyway, turns out they kidnapped his kid, and if, you know, his kid is to be safely returned, then he has to pony up $1 billion or whatever. So that's the way that they're doing the cash prize. And he starts pleading with everybody saying like, please, my son is innocent. She's like, shut up. All right, everybody. The 3 Ds of crime are dexterity, deception, and disguise. So prove your dexterity. And oh yeah, I missed this point before. Gwen makes the point of like a bunch of crimes that have been committed. And she says like, oh yeah, a whole thing of Bitcoin was stolen, to which Catwoman says, that's completely worthless. And I'm like, damn, Catwoman, topical. So she lets out this giant robot dog thing that immediately attacks Joel and just like kills him, I guess. It's honestly hard to tell. And then the dog just disappears and all the thieves start fighting with each other. Mirror Master immediately pulls out his mirror gun, just like, all right, I'm just going to send you all to the mirror world. And she starts shooting like mirrors everywhere. Another thief shows up named Swindle, and Catwoman trips her into one of Mirror Master's mirrors. So at that point, like, everyone's just going into the mirrors. It's like impossible, like nobody else. Catwoman is able to stay out a little bit longer because she's using the mirrors to her advantage to like dodge punches and such. But eventually Golden Glider gets her all wrapped up in her, I don't know, straps, whatever you want to call it, and throws Catwoman into Mirror World. And Catwoman literally just says, Mirror World, I'm falling through Mirror Master's infinity of reflections, but which ones are real? No, I can't stand it. That's the issue. I felt like I had like a seizure halfway through this book. Like, I swear to God, the fact they opened it with Catwoman no more, and then like 6 pages later, she's like, guess I'm Catwoman again. You could do a whole arc off that, you know? You don't have to just like throw it away immediately. Oh God. That's the part I hate most about Ann Nocenti's writing, is the fact that nothing feels like it matters. Like, everything just pops up and is immediately like, well, that was weird, moving on. So, yeah, no, this is like actually bad. I'm going to give this one a 2.5. I did not like it, if that's not clear. And what's worse is, this is just the first issue of the whole arc. I don't think this is going to end anytime soon. I'm so unhappy.